Hello and welcome back to the Football Chat podcast. Today is episode number 94, where we will be discussing Chelsea and the current crisis around the club and how we're going to get out of it. This is a podcast that has been a long time coming. This season for Chelsea Football Club has not been very successful. I mean, you look at last season, wasn't stunning, but the season before that, with Champions League winners, so you were on some good signs last season, potentially challenge for more silverware this year. That hasn't really emerged. And now, a new manager from when we started this season, a slightly different set of players to where we ended last season, but it feels like a completely different set. So shall we start with the season so far, Harry? And then we'll discuss all of the problems.
I mean, there's a lot. There is a lot.
Yeah. Where do we start here? I think the Premier League is Chelsea's biggest shortcomings. I think domestic cups are easiest to talk about. We got drawn Manchester City. Nobody beats Manchester City apart from the clubs that have.
I look at the Carroll Cup. Lost 2-0 wasn't too bad.
Brentford
4-0 in the FA Cup is not good enough. There's a difference between losing to City and getting played off the park by City. I think in the FA Cup we weren't good enough. But I look at that FA Cup game and I go, why did we lose? It wasn't because we rode. It wasn't because of the youngsters. The youngsters played well.
If you look at both facts on paper, as in we played Manchester City, that's why we got knocked out of those cups. That's fine, you know.
Yeah.
Tough draw. We move on. But the fact is, we played so poorly against City on Sunday afternoon. It was just a massive disappointment.
Just looking at the City game, could have barely had a mare when not along Thiago Silva. But we cannot rely on a 38-year-old man as our team leader in defence because he can't play every game.
This is what stunned me. Bashir Humphreys looked so much more comfortable than Koulibaly.
Yeah.
So much more. And I think it says, owes a lot to the fact that he's played in the English football system his whole life. Yeah. Koulibaly's come in this season. He's really, really struggled. The transfer's not worked. But as much as we're frustrated by Koulibaly this season, I think Rudiger also had a tough first season. Look at him towards the end. Maybe we need to give him time.
Jorginho. We haven't played Trevor Chandler right back.
Yeah.
Kai Havertz. He's just punching the ball.
Though I will just touch on Koulibaly and Rudiger comparisons again. Koulibaly joins as a 30-year-old. Rudiger joined at the age of 24. Yeah. 25, something like that. So I don't think Koulibaly will be staying at Chelsea much longer. I think he'll see out this season. But if Chelsea fans have their way, Koulibaly won't be here at the start of the 23-24 campaign. It's just not worked out. It's £30 million completely down the drain. I think Benoit Badiashile looks a better deal, both on paper, because obviously there's going to be resale value there, but also he looks a better player.
What I like to see is we're starting to see a few of the Bowley and Potter deals. We're starting to see some of the players that he wants, the Badiashiles, the Datro Fofanas.
Yeah, and obviously we'll talk about transfers a little later, but yeah, that is a good step. Looking at what at the abysmal showing in the league, I think that's the only word that can be used to describe being 10th in the Premier League after 17 matches. Now, of course, if we are to win, we will go level on points with Liverpool. Oh, sorry, they don't have a game in hand, but we can go level on points with Fulham. We can go ahead of Brentford. And if Brighton lose their game in hand, we go ahead of them as well. But it's not a good situation to be in. We can catch Liverpool quite easily. Yeah. The people that are going, we're out of the fight for Europe.
We're not.
This season's over, might as well call it now. We're not, but we will be very soon if we don't get our act together in January.
Top 4, 10 points off United right now. And Arsenal, City and United don't like slipping up.
Yeah.
Newcastle and Tottenham do a bad run in them, but I still don't think they have a 10-point deficit run in them. Maybe top 4's off the cards. But
we can still get Europe though, and we can certainly still challenge in the Champions League.
And this is, if we do not get top 4, we have to be in that 5th place. Because at the end of the day, we are Chelsea Football Club.
Unless we're going to go win the Conference League.
Yeah, sure. But
because we get that when we get another trophy.
Europe. Yeah, and then we'd have won it all.
We'd be the only team to have won
the Champions League. We also say we're in the Conference League.
All the Europa League, so we're clear of you. But yeah, Conference just to sort of
League winners.
Run through the season so far and look ahead. +1 goal difference, which I'm stunned about, but only 20 goals scored.
Not good enough.
which is 25 less than Manchester City have. It's the same amount of goals as Aston Villa have scored.
And look
Aston
how bad
Villa. That's abysmal. Leicester have outscored us by 6. Leeds have outscored us by 5.
We've only scored 2 more.
Bournemouth, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Not enough goals, but also too many conceded. 19 goals in the Premier League. It's not as many as Manchester United, but we're in a very different position to Manchester United. So I'm not going, we're actually better defensively than Man United, because evidently we're not. We are 6 places behind them and 10 points behind them.
Also, United have like that one game at City where they conceded 6. Whereas we haven't had that. We've just had a lot of games where we conceded 2 or 3, and it just isn't good enough.
I mean, we conceded 4 at Leeds. Does that count? Not 4. No, we conceded 3 at Leeds and 4 at Brighton.
And as much as we've slated Kai Havertz this season, he's our top goal scorer.
It says a lot, doesn't it?
Because on 4 goals.
Well, yeah, we literally did a podcast on Southampton 3 days ago.
Havertz and Sterling are
2 days
top
ago.
scorers.
Sorry,
they have the same amount of goals as Che Adams.
Well, yeah, we were slagging it off because Che has 4, and then Ward-Prowse has 3, and Aribo has 2, and we're saying they need to get a goal scorer.
Mason Mount has scored the same amount of goals as James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah. To be fair, though, I would expect that. That's something I expect. I wouldn't expect them to both be on 3, though. I'd expect them to both be on around 10.
Like Sterling's been our best, stats-wise, our best performing player. 4 goals, 2 assists.
But I think he had an early boom right at the start of the season, and since then he's done nothing. Like, he scored against... Did he score in his debut against Everton?
No.
But he scored in the game after that, right?
Penalty.
That's a lot, doesn't it? That we can't even beat Frank Lampard's Everton side without a Jorginho penalty. When did we... I'm trying to go back to the start of the season. Because just remembered that we conceded to Luton Town.
And the problem is, and this just shows how we don't create an atmosphere
I've scrolled to
anywhere.
2020 somehow.
We don't create an atmosphere absolutely anywhere, Chelsea fans.
Right, where do we start the season? Tottenham 2-2, he didn't score there. Did he score? He definitely didn't score in our 3-0 loss to Leeds. Leicester, Sterling got a double against Leicester. So that's where half of his goals came.
I look at some games, bit of misfortune. The Tottenham game, absolutely robbed once again by Anthony Taylor.
But equally, we can't sit here and go, well...
That's an annual thing that happens. So that's something we don't really take into this equation because that happens every year.
Yeah, drawing with Brentford and United at the end of October, losing 4-1 to Brighton's inexcusable for me. That is just horrific.
Yeah, for right.
I think that's our worst performance of this season. Obviously, that was one of Graham Potter's first.
Again, draw to United. Casemiro in the 93rd minute. 0-0 draw with Brentford.
Yeah. It's just been a really, really poor season. The fact that if you look at our last, quick maths here, 8 games in the Premier League, we've took 4 points.
Wow.
In fact, if you make that 9, in fact, if you make that 10, we've took 6 points from 10 matches. That's a 0-0 with Brentford, a 1-1 with United, then losses to Brighton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, and City.
I don't remember the Newcastle game.
1-0 right at the end of the
Who scored?
thing. It was Joe Willock.
Was that game on TV?
That was in November. That's the week after Arsenal.
I still don't remember.
I don't think it was on. I don't know if it was on TV. I don't think it was. But that
it was
another
on a Saturday.
Anyway, really poor performances.
Yeah.
Chelsea have to improve. And they've got to improve quickly because upcoming is Fulham. Now, that has to be 3 points, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I know that they are above us in the league currently. That is no excuse. But Palace, another 3 points. They've been abysmal so far this season. Similar to us, have to win there. Liverpool, big 3 points. Liverpool have been really poor this season. Clubs like Brentford have been able to roll them over. Aston Villa, did they not beat them? No, they lost in the end, but they played all right. But Liverpool beatable. And then Fulham again, where we should win it again.
Run of 5 games of
and then West Ham.
Fulham, Palace, Liverpool, Fulham, West Ham, and then Dortmund in the Champions League. That is a massive game.
If we've not took at least 11 points from the next 5, so that allows for a loss to Liverpool and... No, 11 points doesn't make any sense. 10 points.
Yeah.
Then and a slip up against a Fulham away or a West Ham away, then we're asking serious questions. But we've still got a window to come. And the first thing I want to talk about, obviously getting into issues now, is the manager. Is this Graham Potter's fault? Because obviously I don't think fault can be laid upon one man's shoulders or all of the players. There's fault lies everywhere across this team. Every individual involved with Chelsea Football Club is probably in some way at fault. Maybe not directly. I don't think the kit man or the dinner lady is directly, but just the fact that everything's going wrong.
My thing is, and this is one of the problems, as a big team,
everyone interacts as a team.
You expect trophies and success every single season.
Yeah.
And we usually get that. We bring in Mourinho, he wins us a title, and then we sack him next year because he's not good enough. We bring in Tuchel, he wins us the Champions League. The difference with Potter is he isn't here to win us trophies from day one.
No.
We might have to take the hit this year, so no trophies, no top four.
Maybe not even Europe. I mean, look at Arsenal. I mean, I hate to say it, we were joking. Well, they weren't. They finished 9th or 8th or something like that. Everyone was clowning them. Then they had a year without Europe where they did all right with still a poor side, and they started to build up that young squad. And now that third season under Mikel Arteta, they are top of the Premier League.
We have to take the hit now, so next year we might get top 4 and win an FA Cup. And then the year after that, who knows, might get win the Premier League.
I wouldn't mind Conference League football next season, because I think that's a guaranteed trophy.
Then we win the Conference League, maybe we get an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, and we get top 4. We're sitting there going, that is bloody lovely.
Yeah, we've also turned into a 50-year-old man in London, not London, but yeah.
We have to back Potter. We can't be singing Thomas Tuchel chants.
No, I found that really bizarre. Roman Abramovich chants. Thomas Tuchel chants.
That
it doesn't help. You're not helping by chanting that, Chelsea fans. No. Obviously, you go there for a game. You don't deserve to be lectured by. I shouldn't be lecturing you, but equally, just
the thing.
Why?
I think it was more. I think it was more a rash kind of reaction, because I look at the games where we have just lost, and you don't see much of a reaction to getting Potter out with that, or there's not as big a reaction. I think in the manner that we lost to City, I think people kind of were just fed up at that.
I completely understand that. Sitting there watching it on Sunday afternoon, that was embarrassing, to say the least. The fact we lost 4-0 to Manchester City. The fact that we gave them 2 penalties.
Yeah, 3 goals we can prevent.
How?
2 pens and a free kick. Don't give them away, we lose 1-0.
Yeah.
And look at that, that looks much more respectable.
Exactly. I don't think the performance from certain players was too poor on Sunday, but as a team, we were not good enough. And the big characters, your Koulibalis, your Kai Havertz, your Mason Mounts on there, didn't show up. And that was the biggest issue. I also can't understand why Zachariah got benched. Like we've seen constantly. How many times do Jorginho and Kovacic need to play together and play shit before we notice?
Not blame it on Potter, but I do blame that City game on him. How can you look at the way Chuck Wemeka played on Thursday night against City and then not starting on Sunday? How do you do that? It was just tactically wrong Sunday, and I think that's why the Chelsea fans react the way they did. If Potter can get the team, Potter has to. I know it's not his players, and I know it's a very, very bad team who are all out of form. But the best thing Potter can do is pick his best 11, and then if that doesn't work, then it's on the players.
Well, not completely, but I get what you're trying to say. I think Mark Goldbridge put it best when saying actually Graham Potter came in, and we've got. Without pre-season, without a transfer window where Thomas Tuchel was backed with £200 million, and he came in at a time when we were rife with injuries throughout the squad, and now we're in January and we've got 10 players out, 10 first-team players out of action with injuries. That is they're ridiculous circumstances to try and build a project.
That doesn't make sense, because what's happening now is, because obviously we've only just got into Potter's first window, the last few weeks he's being hit by the managers before him being idiots. Like, why Tuchel and the manager before Tuchel, the manager before that, the manager before that, never brought in a backup right back when we knew Reece James was going to get injured a lot?
Yeah,
I do not understand.
Well, that falls. That's harsh to blame managers, because I think recruitment before the Bowley era fell very much on Marino Granovskaya, who made some fantastic deals. We talk about how Cesar Azpilicueta for £3 million is sensational.
Managers, but I just mean the whole Chelsea's problems with the whole.
The fact we didn't sign a central midfielder for
when we know
3
Kante
years.
and Kovacic get injured, we know Jorginho isn't
He's
great.
not good enough. He's not good enough. And we will get on the personnel.
I don't even.
Exactly. We'll get on the personnel later. We're sticking with the manager. Yeah, we will get on the personnel. We
got to back Potter.
Chelsea fans, I think, too quick to, turn on Graham Potter. I think similar to Southampton with Nathan Jones. The difference is Southampton are just annoyed in general at everything. Chelsea fans have a manager that they seem to prefer, former manager who they seem to prefer, and I think that's causing more of a divide because there's still fans that are in love with Thomas Tuchel.
If we stick with Potter, I do believe we will either be European champions or Premier League champions in the next 4 years.
Oh, that's a bold claim. Potentially, it depends on who we sign, how we develop, and what Manchester City do.
And if we don't back Potter and we sack him, we'll be the one. Well, we obviously will be delighted, but we'll also be annoyed when he wins the 2026 World Cup with England.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he'd go to international management yet. Despite I know how many people are yearning for him to do it. I think the next England manager will be Eddie Howe, but that is a separate issue for another day. Long-term success is what we will have if we back Graham Potter, but that is going to come at the detriment to our short-term performance. But it's worth it.
A big club like Chelsea, you have to bring long-term success, but in the short term, I think we still could have maybe done with but I think just generic fans probably could have done with at least a Carabao Cup this year.
I would have wanted a cup this year.
A trophy.
But when you consider the circumstances, the fact we didn't win one last year.
And also we got drawn against City in both cups. But we could still win the Champions League. That's a long shot, but you never know. But as much as long-term success is the vision.
In 2021, I said that Chelsea will win the Champions League. Everyone said not a chance. Not a chance. 5 months later they did it. Nope.
That's Bayern, wasn't it?
Yep, and no one watched that final.
No, dumb.
The worst Champions League final.
Liverpool
Tottenham was worse. But
that was my one thing.
Chelsea City wasn't
Champions
great.
League finals, please be more interesting. Like 2021 would have been dull for me if I wasn't a Chelsea fan.
It's fascinating because obviously club sides are the Champions League final is the two sides that have built such dominant club sides that they've been able to challenge in the Champions League most effectively, and they're now in the final. So they've got the strongest defences in the world, and I think that's why the World Cup final is so much better, because these are teams that are pulled together just for a month. So you're not going to have that same.
Look at the Euros, and obviously again we were England fans, so.
I think that was worse. Mainly because Southgate decided to sit everyone in our own half for
and throw it away for England.
This is such a strange, where's the competition gone? I don't know. But yeah, finals are weird.
It would be a miraculous recovery and an amazing achievement if Graham Potter somehow won the Champions League this year.
I mean, we are the only team in the world to have a reverse manager bounce. This is when Tuchel came in last year.
Yeah.
Pretty much in 2021, 2 years ago. When this was pretty much the exact moment, and he goes on to win the Champions League because we had a 5-month new manager bounce.
Yeah.
And now we get the complete opposite, where somehow we've set the manager, brought in someone else, and got worse. But I don't think that is obvious. I don't see that as a direct proportion. I don't think it's because of Graham Potter.
I think this is a massive thing in football. Is we don't have any momentum. But I look at it now. If we pick up 20, we've got Fulham twice, West Ham, Liverpool, and Palace. If we pick up 12 points from those games, and we go into the Dortmund game, with just winning 4 out of our 5 last games, we then beat Dortmund away.
You know what?
Beat them in the second leg. We get through to the quarters. Momentum's running high. You never know.
Our chance of the round of 16 would actually be helped if Manchester City were to acquire Jude Bellingham in January. That's the weird thing about it, is while our long-term future, or the Premier League's long-term future, would be completely ruined because City would dominate everything, it would help us in the short term.
And I also look at the Champions League and go, Liverpool and Real have drawn each other. One of them will be knocked out. I think Milan, Tottenham, one of them's out.
Oh God. Not Tottenham out. There is not a chance.
PSG Bayern. One of those sides will be out.
Yeah.
Big sides will be knocked out. Who do we get in? Oh, we don't know. It's drawn, isn't it? It's not a tree, is it?
So it doesn't matter. We'll end up with PSG anyway.
Yeah. We'll get City off. They pummel Leipzig.
Yeah.
Again, City, man. Every year.
The third best team in Germany?
Doesn't mean anything though.
Goes Bayern, Freiburg, and then Leipzig.
Doesn't mean anything. Third best team in Germany is probably the ninth
Germany
best team in
have
the
the most teams. 3.
Wow.
Joint with England, obviously. So, yeah, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Tottenham. And then
Frankfurt.
Leipzig, Frankfurt, Dortmund, and Bayern.
And 3 from
And
Italy.
there's one from the French league, 3 from Italy, one from La Liga,
Wow.
and 2 from the Portuguese league. Both Benfica and Porto.
Wow.
Made it through. So interesting Champions League draw. But yeah, Chelsea, I think that those Dortmund games on the 15th of February and the 7th of March are going to be absolutely massive.
We have to get... And
Join us live. Very early to promotion.
Even quarters or semis isn't too bad, depending on who we draw. But I think we've just got to hope, beat Dortmund, then hope get like a Club Brugge or a Benfica, or someone like that, get through to the semis, and then you're in the semis of the Champions League. That's a good achievement. Because then you're one of the best 4 sides in Europe.
Yeah. All right. Should we get on to the players then? Because we've gone on the manager a while now, and other things we've discussed like Champions League and European Championship finals. Should we do our players? Should we do our keep or sell? We did this during the summer when we ran through how every club is going to do in the Premier League, and then everyone seemed to enjoy that. So, keep or sell now with the Chelsea squad. The first player is Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Really good when he came back into the side. Last few games had a few hiccups. We draw 0-0 to City. He learns to jump on the ball.
Yeah. They did alright in the FA Cup. There wasn't much else he could do, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, the free kick and the 2... penalty, penalty one, he got his hand to it, I think, but 2 penalties and a free kick, goalkeepers can't do anything about it.
Yeah, Marcus Bettinelli.
He's just there, isn't he?
Well, I think he goes, in my opinion.
Why?
He's got 5 months left in his contract. I think we can get a goalkeeper that covers our... I don't think we need to cover our English quota. Let's just get a third choice goalkeeper who is fit enough to come in if he needs.
What about Mendy?
For me, Edouard Mendy goes.
Yeah.
I think if you can find a suitor for Edouard Mendy, we sell him. Because I think Kepa's better. And this would have been a mental statement 6 months ago, but I do think Kepa's a better goalkeeper. He's also younger. I don't think Kepa is the perfect ideal goalkeeper for Chelsea for the next 10 years. How was he now? 26, 27, 28. So he'll be 38, he'll be ancient. But yeah, I do think that is Gabriel Slonina probably. But let's give Kepa another year, maybe 2, and then either sell him or convince him that the bench is fun.
Will give our youth a chance. Lewis Hall.
Yeah. I was surprised Slonina wasn't handed a start against Manchester City.
Yeah. But
that easily could have.
Yeah.
Might as well. But yeah, Kepa was given the nods. Didn't really make a difference in the end. Maybe Slonina would have saved the pens, in which case we'd be heralding him as some hero, parading him around London. Next up, Benoit Badiashile. We can send him straight back.
No, good deal. He looks to be a good deal.
I've said the same so many times about so many other players, though, so I don't know. Thiago Silva, though, is, for me, 1 more year. And then a coaching role. He's got, 5 months? It is expiring, isn't he, in the summer?
Yeah, maybe give him a 1-year deal.
I'd say, another one.
Selling Ben Chilwell.
No, he's not number 5.
Who's above? Oh.
I was doing it in the list. For some reason, the Premier League has 2 Ben Chilwells.
Wow.
One at number 5, one at 2.
Ben Chilwell.
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Because then when one's injured, the other one might be fine. So.
Yeah, Silva.
Might both be injured.
Keep him, obviously, for now. Chalobah.
Yeah, Thiago Silva another year. Chalobah should definitely be staying. I think he's a very solid backup option. I don't think he'll ever start for Chelsea, especially if we play a 2, but I do think he's a very good backup option. And if we're not going to sign a right back, let's at least play Chalobah there and not Dave, please.
Chalobah can run.
Chalobah looked alright the other night. If he wasn't playing alongside Koulibaly, I think
and he was
we would
up
have done
against
a lot better.
Phil Foden. No, wrong. Palmer.
Yeah.
But it's City anyway. It doesn't matter who plays for City, they're still good.
Yeah, then Ben Chilwell.
Keep. As much he gets injured, I do think if you can Stay one more year. If he gets injured next year, sell him. But he's just good. He's so good.
Yeah, we have 2 left backs, and I'm not confident in either of them at all.
Because one can't stay fit and one isn't capable.
I'm not. Both. I don't know. Chilwell's a very good player. I like Ben Chilwell, but
I haven't actually seen much of Chilwell in a Chelsea shirt.
No,
I don't think I've seen enough.
He's
of him
not
to judge.
played, especially this season. He's just not played. But yeah, I hope Chilwell is able to make something of himself.
That's the thing. I look at it and go, isn't it? Won't he be back?
He's only
to say the quarters
26.
of the Champions League we get through?
Potentially, I think all right. Keep Ben Chilwell. You've won me round, but I don't think we should be giving him too much. I don't think we should be giving him too many opportunities. He's only played 16 Premier League matches for Chelsea. He played 27 the year before that. I completely missed that. But
16 is not that little.
Right, so 42 matches. 43 matches in the Premier League for Chelsea. That's not really on him, obviously. Like, he's not getting picked. It's not that we're going, you're terrible, we're not picking you. But yeah. It says a lot about his injury problems. I don't think we'd find a suitor this summer or anyone that will pay anywhere near to what we bought him for. So definitely keep him for now. But yeah, I'm unsure about Ben Chilwell. Someone I'm definitely not unsure about, Reece James.
Give
him the armband.
Give this man forever.
Give him the armband right now. I don't care. If Jorginho captains the side for another season, I can't be arsed.
Or at least give it to Thiago Silva while Reece James is injured. Don't give it to Jorginho. He's not a leader. Forget captain, leader, legend. It's just crap.
Yeah, mate. crap, and more crap.
Exactly.
There we go. Kalidou Koulibaly.
Obviously, we've only
He's had such a poor season.
Give him a second season.
If someone's willing to pay 20 mil, I sell him. Honestly, I sell him. I've been so unimpressed by him this year.
Give him a second season. Give him a chance.
All right, fine. He can have another year. Azpilicueta.
Coaching role.
Finally.
Coaching role.
Please, go somewhere. I love you, Dave. You've been such a fantastic servant,
I want to keep
him.
I want to keep him part of the Chelsea setup, just not as a player.
Yeah. He's past it. There's no other way around it.
We have like player managers in the Premier League.
I don't think so.
Just in case, if we need to, like player coach, just in case if we had like a massive injury guy, so we could bring him on.
I reckon they're allowed, but no Premier League side's going to do that. They did it at Burnley, didn't they? Ben Mee was the manager for one game, and then they brought in someone. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Marc Cucurella.
Need to see more from him.
Yeah, I think he looked a lot better against City in the week, and then looked
minutes when they brought on Mahrez
and then
he forgot to play football.
Completely. Well, what? What are you on about? It was not his fault for the goal, and other than that, he was fairly flawless.
Just as soon as they brought Mahrez on, he was like a different player.
I thought he did it perfectly alright in midweek, but at the weekend he was atrocious.
He didn't play. That's why he wasn't great, wasn't he?
Wait,
didn't play against.
Who played left back?
Lewis Hall.
Came on.
No, he didn't.
No, all right.
Started.
I'm gonna fact check you, but
Hall definitely started.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Fair enough. But yeah, Cucurella looked terrible.
But obviously, Lewis Hall's not on this list, but he's class.
Yeah, Lewis Hall keep and make captain. No. Wesley Fofana then. I think he's a fantastic centre half. Keep him.
Saying another injury.
Obviously.
Just even, I know we don't score goals, but give us Fofana, Chilwell and Reece James fit, we get top 4.
All is on this list, by the way. He's in midfielders though.
Oh.
We've just transformed him into left back. Bashir Humphreys as well.
He looked good.
Loaned to somewhere like Huddersfield or Luton Town.
He looked good against City.
Yeah. Championship loan next season.
But now we haven't got any cup competitions to give them minutes in, and we're not giving minutes in the Champions League.
Jorginho,
get rid of this man.
5 months left of his contract.
Get him gone. I don't care how much. £1.50 in a Twix.
Well, we can't sell him. He's got 6 months left of his contract. I don't know who you're getting to buy him, even for £1.50 in a Twix.
I'll pay £1.50 in a Twix just after
you'll have Jorginho.
Yeah.
He plays for us now. He doesn't do anything. N'Golo Kante.
Sell. Hate to say it because I love this man.
Yeah.
But sell him.
I don't think you can keep awarding 200 grand, 300 grand a week contracts to someone who can't stay fit. I've seen him play once this season.
He's so good when he's on the pitch, but he's never on the pitch.
Yeah. That is the problem for N'Golo Kante. And then Kovacic.
Baller. Absolute baller.
I think he's had some really good games this season. He's also had some proper stinkers. I think he was, in particular, one of the players that looked bad on Sunday. But then I think we need to bring in
a consistent performer next to him.
We have to have a DM.
One week he's with Kante with half a leg. The next week he's got Jorginho.
And then he's got Zakaria, who I think is looking a lot better. And that will be our next one, Dennis Zakaria. Then I think we should buy him.
He looks really good.
Like, for 20 mil.
Horror, the players you bring in, you should actually play them.
Yeah, that is a good point. Zakaria probably should have been played earlier into the season. Christian Pulisic.
So,
I think it is now time up for Christian. He's not looked
what annoys me,
anywhere near
so
Chelsea
much
level.
We've given Pulisic 3 years to prove himself. We gave Werner 1.
No, we gave Werner 2.
We gave Werner 2. Why didn't we give him 3? If we can give Pulisic 3, why have we not given Werner 3? We can give Pulisic more than 3.
Yeah.
We're giving Pulisic.
Pulisic's been since like 2017 or something.
Yeah, we're giving 5. Why did we give Werner 2 years and Pulisic 5?
Let's have a look. How long's Christian Pulisic been employed by Chelsea Football Club?
It's just things like that infuriate me.
Oh, he's in forwards.
We keep Pulisic.
That's the most surprising. 2019, sorry. I thought 2017 was a bit early.
4 years.
Well,
come the end of the season.
Yeah.
We won't sell him in January, but we gave Werner 2. That's what I mean. It's just stupid things like that.
Yeah, not great from not a great bit of business. I think Pulisic is a player we could have let go. I think we should.
Yeah.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek, sell or loan or send somewhere.
Still a regular starter at Chelsea Football Club.
He's played way too much this season. He has to be sold. No, I don't care because loan. Oh, we'll be back in 6 months. Get him gone.
I don't want him back in 6 months. I don't want to see him in a Chelsea shirt ever again. I don't want to see him in Chelsea training shirt.
I like RLC, or I liked him 8 years ago when he was a young talent. He's not anymore. He's 26. He's 26. He's going to be 27 in 14 days. So happy birthday for then, RLC.
He's been at our football club too long.
But
8 years too long.
He's not a youth prospect anymore. He's not developed.
I'm not giving him minutes over the youth prospects.
Yeah. Mason Mount.
Okay. No, Dave, no.
I love Mason Mount. I love Mason Mount, but if he doesn't find form, then questions have to be asked. Questions have to be asked because I've not seen enough from him this season. I definitely don't think we sell. That is extreme. I don't think we loan, but all I say is that we need to keep a close eye.
And if he doesn't, also we can. Don't make him a starter. Bench him.
I have my reservations about Mason Mount, and I love him. I think he's a quality player from last season.
The one thing that
but this season has not been good
from
enough.
The likes of Foden or someone else is the fact that they both Mount shows glimpses of promise, but cannot remain consistent over a whole season.
Yes, he can. 2 seasons before this, he was sensational. I think
all season was he? Really, last year?
Yes. Did you watch Chelsea last year?
I wish I didn't.
Mason Mount, what has been a struggling team,
has been winning year, he was phenomenal.
All right, last year then in the Premier League, 32 appearances, 11 goals, and 10 assists.
That's quite
so 21 goal contributions in 32 appearances.
Not bad.
That is insane. We were terrible. Who was he crossing to? No one. King Lukaku. Lukaku's at the. He got 10 assists with Lukaku there.
We did better with Lukaku than we have done with all of our players this year.
Unfathomable how we managed to do that, and yet people are writing off because of one bad season. I admit that I am worried about Mason Mount because he's not done well enough this season, but he's still shown glimpses this season in what has been a terrible time for Chelsea.
Yeah, my worry is that I look at the recent games, I look at the players we have available to start right now, and I go, who and how are we going to turn this around? I don't look at the players that are available. So obviously not the injury rate, but the players that are available right now, and I go, right, they're going to turn our season around, or these lot are going to turn our season around. I think
Mount finding form could make a big difference.
I don't see him doing that.
We'll get on to transfers soon. What do you mean?
I don't see Mount finding form in the near future.
I could.
I don't see Kai Havertz suddenly becoming God again.
Because when you surround players with other very talented players, they tend to become better.
We'd have to hope on
or
transfers.
at least be able to show
transfers is our only thing.
I don't know. I think there's still quality in the side.
I think there's a big one. I guess what you're saying, yeah, bringing transfers then unlocks the quality in the other players.
Hakim Ziyech.
I'm sorry. How do we look at his performance on Thursday and go, I'll say what a start. No. Don't get me wrong. Looked phenomenal at the World Cup, but I don't know what it is. In a Chelsea shirt, he just cannot connect the dots.
Well, only 7 appearances in the Premier League this season. He has not got a contribution. But he has only played 7 games.
Not good enough.
He I don't think can play in the Premier League.
No.
He's too one-footed, he's too predictable, and he's too inconsistent.
He's getting 30 goals and contributions.
Look at Di Maria at 35.
Bring him in. Di Maria and Ziyech, just cross it into Vlahovic.
Okay.
I can't
thought you meant Chelsea should swap them.
No.
Conor Gallagher is not good enough.
It's a car crash. It's an absolute car crash.
I like at least that he cares, but he's not got the... I don't think he's got what it takes.
He just runs around and kicks people.
Sometimes, yeah.
Never said
I was very excited about Conor Gallagher last season. I enjoyed watching him at Palace. I thought he was a fantastic player.
When we rejected the 20 million that Palace offered us, I thought, that's brilliant, because he's going to come back to us and boss it. No.
It frustrates me. It frustrates me that we don't give Conor Gallagher minutes in attacking midfield. Because he is an attacking midfielder. Why we've played him as a 6 all this season, or at the weekend when we could have played him as attacking midfielder, we played him in a 3 midfield. Doesn't make any sense to me. Why do you not play Conor Gallagher as an attacking midfielder? Look at how well he did last season. Look at the goal he scored against Crystal Palace.
Full stop.
But if you're gonna play him in his role. Or if you're going to give him a chance, let's give him a chance where he actually plays. There is still a chance Conor Gallagher can be a very good player for Chelsea. But we have to actually play him where he plays. I don't understand how it's so difficult for Chelsea managers to play the players where they play.
Every other manager does it.
It's
apart
stunning.
from Pep Guardiola, but he's a different story because he can just transform players.
Oh, yeah. At the click of a finger, he could turn
we aren't going to turn Conor Gallagher into a phenomenal right wing.
I reckon with enough effort, he could turn Matty Loughton into an inverted wing back.
I think he could turn Conor Gallagher into a right wing back.
But no. No.
Pulisic, he's played at left wing back for us this year.
Yeah, everyone has. Everyone's had a go at wing back this year. Kai Havertz, I think he's a very divisive topic.
I really don't know,
Because
he's never hit form, but I look at his memorable moments.
That's the thing. But he's so inconsistent.
He's our top goal scorer this year.
And I don't know where he plays.
The one we cannot get rid of our top goal scorer this year. I can't fathom that decision. And we're not going to get the money back that we paid for him. It's going to be a massive loss. That's
the thing. My biggest issue is I don't know where he fits. But I guess if he starts, consistently finding goals, then he can play up front. But he doesn't. So we dropped him into attacking midfield the other night, and I've seen so many. I think he did all right on the eye test, but then you look back at replays and you see, this brilliant run from Aubameyang. He doesn't spot it, so he decides to just run inside with the ball rather than just slot it through to Aubameyang. That frustrates me.
If there was one word, if there was one or 2 words, okay, a phrase. Let's say a phrase. To sum up Chelsea football club,
if there was a sentence, if there was a paragraph,
it's bad decision making on the pitch, off the pitch, just in general, bad decision making.
How did you first see that as one word and then 2 words? As a phrase, isn't it?
No, because I also said decision making. I thought, it's hyphenated, and then I realised it wasn't. And I went, I switched it bad in front of it, so it make sense. Yeah,
brilliant.
Just bad decision making across the board in every aspect of our football club has cost us.
Can't you chuck Wamaka?
Absolute baller.
He deserves a lot more minutes. Yeah. He deserves to be starting some games.
How was he benched on Sunday?
If we're going to play a 3 midfield, which I completely disagree with, then let's play Carney at least.
If he doesn't start against Fulham, I'm going to be furious.
I don't know why we've switched from the 4-2-3-1. We looked brilliant first half against City in that 4-2-3-1. We switched out to a 4-3-3. We looked a lot worse. We stuck with the 4-3-3 at the weekend, and that didn't work either. Again. So I'd go back to the 4-2-3-1, Graham. Come on.
Wake up, mate.
And then Amari Hutchinson, I think, is way too raw.
Yeah.
I think he has evidently talent there, as we've seen from the youth games, but in his cameo appearances, he looks
it is harsh
too afraid.
His 2 cameo
and too
appearances
raw.
were both against City.
Yeah, I agree. But I would say if we can find him a 6-month loan to someone like a Norwich or a Luton, fine, right, top of the Championship, but not like Burnley or Sheffield United.
Because, yeah,
exactly. So somewhere like a Luton where he will be their best player, like Kieran Dewsbury Hall was a few years back, or
but
let's say Norwich.
Wingers, do they?
Well, they'll find a way. No, play him attack midfield, mate. I don't know.
Because we need more of them.
We need a good one.
We've got loads, isn't there?
Maybe for Amari, and then Lewis Hall.
Love him. Absolutely.
Especially while Joao is injured. Let's keep giving him a minute.
So good.
Yeah.
2 games he's played against City. He's been brilliant. Campbell Cup, he was superb. Picking the ball up, driving forwards.
Aubameyang.
Okay, I don't want to see him in a Chelsea shirt ever again.
Let's get him gone.
Why do we bring him in?
Like someone like PSG or anywhere.
He's always been an Arsenal red. Never should have got him back.
I just can't see the pros to signing him 6 months ago. I get that he worked with Tuchel once.
It was a panic. It was an absolute panic.
I'd rather us gone into the season knowing that Armando Broja was going to start every game. And now, 6 months on, we can't give Broja any minutes. We gave Aubameyang so many this first half of the campaign, did nothing. We gave Lukaku all the minutes last season and sent Broja out on loan. What's Broja got to do to earn a chance? And now, when it looked like Potter might give him a chance, he's gone and got injured.
That's right, next season.
It's so frustrating.
Or, in January, we'll recall Lukaku.
And now we have to sign a striker. Because Aubameyang's shit and we've got no one else.
Too young. But I think we have to convince.
Well, yeah.
We have to give
Fofana is staying, obviously. We're not saying get rid of him.
Broja keep, obviously.
Unless, obviously, this whole FIFA thing with his old club in the Ivory Coast and the Mulder. There's some sort of dispute there over whether his mum signed a deal to let him go. I think it's the big issue. So, don't know why they're trying to hold him back from realising his dreams playing for Chelsea, but they do them, I guess.
He's there.
Raheem Sterling. He's been good at times, but at 300, he doesn't deserve 300 grand a week. Like,
but who buys him?
What's he done this season?
Where does he go?
I don't know.
MLS?
I don't know. Why did we sign him?
El Nazir?
I don't think he would go there, but
where does he go?
City.
Why would they?
I don't know.
Leicester City.
He's maybe. Yeah, I don't know what we do with Raheem, but I think there's definitely clubs in the Premier League that would.
I'm sure Forest want him. They want everyone.
Yeah, and they've got money. Yeah. West Ham, maybe, if Karen Brady's feeling ambitious.
They'll score, though, won't he?
Yeah, he'll smash it.
If he goes to
it just hasn't clicked to Chelsea, and it's happened
to
one does it. Billions of players.
Why?
The only way you are good at Chelsea is if the fans are going, not too sure on this transfer, and it's cheap. Or it's cheap, sorry. Because, Kovacic, everyone's like, Kovacic. And then he's been one of our best players the last few years.
Again.
And then, we've had so many good deals.
And again, in Chelsea Football Club fashion, we played him at left wing back and right wing back for half this year. We need to play players in natural positions because guess what? We bought Sterling as a right wing or a left wing, and we did not buy him as a right wing back.
Yeah. It doesn't help when you have to play, obviously, with some of these other players.
Bad decision making.
I don't think Sterling's had from others, to play him out there, but yeah, we spent £200 million and we got nothing. That's the honest truth of the last window.
We have just chucked £200 million at different clubs, they haven't given us anything in return.
Yeah. Armando Broja.
We need transfers.
We do. Armando Broja. Just
keep obviously.
Yeah, fine, excellent. That keep or sell segment that I thought would take 20 minutes just took I took 10, 15 minutes. I took half an hour. It is tough deliberating how many Chelsea players should be sold and whether we should keep any.
In terms of bringing in...
Well, Joao Felix. He has agreed verbally to join Chelsea Football Club. He's turned down Manchester United. He's turned down Arsenal. Now, this should be a done deal. Ornstein and Fabrizio both tweeted about this, so it should be done. But... obviously we've seen Enzo, that looked to be done. Then Todd Boehly decided to do something completely stupid. Hopefully, now that he's no longer interim director and Christopher Vival has taken his place as technical director at Chelsea Football Club, hopefully Felix gets over the line and we have a brilliant player. I think this is a transfer I'm very excited about. I've seen a lot of Chelsea fans go, "Oh, I can't get excited about this. We're 10th in the league. He's another Kai Havertz."
I love him.
I love Joao Felix so much. He's such a good player.
He's an attacking midfielder.
I don't care.
Why have we got so many attacking midfielders?
He can play out wide. He can play as a striker.
I don't want to play out wide.
Again,
we have to play players in their positions.
Why?
I don't want to see.
What is Felix's position? Because he played out wide at the World Cup and he looked sensational.
But I don't want a front three of Felix, Havertz and Mount.
I'm okay with players rotating around. If players can play multiple positions, Felix can play anywhere across the front line. Conor Gallagher can't play at right wing back. That's a very different not playing players in positions.
I'm expecting Joao Felix to play left wing back at some point this year.
He's not.
I think he will.
He won't.
Or centre mid.
Right, he won't. That isn't going to happen. We are going to sign more players. Chelsea have made a point. They want to sign a wide forward, they want to sign a midfielder, and they want to sign a right back. That is Chelsea's focus for this window.
Matty Cash has been chucked around in a few circles.
Nothing to do with Chelsea.
No.
They've just been chucked around our circle for a laugh.
But I don't think he'd leave Villa.
No, I don't. Well, I don't know. Probably no. Sorry, he definitely would. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know who Villa.
100%. Don't know.
Doesn't matter anyway.
Someone Spanish.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joao Felix, I'm very excited. I hope he can show what he did at the World Cup. And actually, I think he's a player we can build around. I know he's only here on loan, but I trust that if he does well enough this year, we will be signing him.
Why do we get rid of Eden Hazard?
That is a big question. Oh, he wanted to go. But I think if Eden could do it again, he wouldn't have left Chelsea. And that's the sad truth.
And we wouldn't have let him go. We wouldn't have let him go.
Yeah. If we'd known that we weren't going to spend the 100 mil on anything good.
Because he would have still had 2 or 3 exceptional years in him.
It truly is stunning how badly £100 million transfers work out. And, anything above that mark. I saw the other day the list of the top 15 transfers in the Premier League. Nicola Pepe. And all the way up to Jack Grealish. He didn't go to the Premier League. Coming into the Premier League. A Premier League club has signed them. And yeah, I was just like, only one of these is a success, and that's Virgil van Dijk. The rest of them, nothing. Just poor. So why do clubs keep spending so much money on players? It doesn't work. And then you look at clubs that are successful, top of the league right now, Arsenal, other than when they signed Nicolas Pepe, they were shit. When they signed Gabriel Jesus for 40 mil, brilliant. When they have players like Martinelli, who they signed for 350k, Saka, free, Odegaard was loan and then 30 mil.
Arsenal are winning the Premier League with Granit Xhaka in midfield.
That's the thing.
They haven't gone
bargains, mate.
They haven't gone and splashed the cash on any random midfielders. They've stuck with the bloke who kept getting sent off, kept throwing his armband on the floor, and it's worked. And they trust the process. That's what you have to do in football. Trust the process. And from a Chelsea point of view, we have to trust the process.
In terms of other transfers, what is needed, obviously, we've said, wingers, footballers. Central midfielder is a massive key, and obviously right back. I believe
that Hakim Ziyech is an actual footballer.
But yeah, I think Ziyech, Pulisic are the big ones to go this window, especially now we've brought in Joao Felix, and I think one more winger to be added would be massive. Now, I am so confused by this. 6 months left on their contract for Yuri Tielemans and Leandro Trossard. Is that not just a complete, quite an obvious link? Just go get him.
Let's go Rob Brighton.
Trossard's played under Potter, is a sensational player, is available for free, is only 27, has played in the Premier League and smashed it. Go get him. Tielemans, very similar situation. 26 years old, Premier League experience, done really well. We need a midfielder, please.
And look how Belgians are at Chelsea.
Exactly.
Eden Hazard, not De Bruyne. Eden Hazard.
Look at how De Bruyne's turned out.
Exactly.
What are the Belgians about? Courtois, best goalkeeper in the world right now.
Let's bring Wout Face back. No,
definitely not do that. Man, goals to score against Liverpool is going to be
Tielemans, Trossard, I don't know if Belgium can go get. De Bruyne again.
Only for free, apparently.
Yeah.
But the fact that Tielemans and Trossard are both available for free,
and
no one's talking about this,
go
the
get best one.
What?
Mishi Bashura.
Oh, of course.
He wants the Premier League.
Oh, God, Lukaku.
I still believe it. He wants the Premier League.
They're the two options. Hazard or Lukaku.
Batshuayi wants the Premier League.
Right, he didn't.
Technically, he scored the goal against West Brom away at the Hawthorns, 1-0, Michy Batshuayi in the black and green kit. Remember it.
About 86 minutes, and Conte went mental. We won the league. Yeah. Yes. Well, yeah. I just think, Joao Felix, sensational transfer. Very, very happy with that. We know the areas that have to be improved. The club seem to know what areas have to improve. If we don't sign another forward, a central midfielder, and a right back this window, it's been unsuccessful and we will not be playing well the second half of the season. Tell you that much. But if we go and sign Riddler Baku, agree deals for Tielemans and Trossard, and
Cash.
Yeah, any of them for right back. Sign a central midfielder as well, because we can sign Tielemans and go, well, he'll replace Jorginho in a few months' time. We can sign we know we'll bring in Zachariah, sort of replaces Kante, but I'd want another DM. Declan Rice. £70 million is the current fee being thrown around.
70 million down the drain.
I don't think it will be down the drain. I think he's a brilliant player. I'm not one of those that only wants to sign players from Cobham or anything like that, so don't get me misconstrued here, but I think Declan Rice is such a good player. I think for £70 million,
give him the money.
Get him.
And even cheaper. At the way West Ham season's
I know this completely, ignores my whole thesis about how we shouldn't be signing players for
those money. If West Ham get relegated, it'll be even cheaper.
Yeah, but I don't think they will, though.
If Southampton get relegated, Lavia, bang, get him. Yeah.
Or Kone from Gladbach, who probably would be cheaper.
Is there any other place from Southampton that anyone wants? No.
Definitely. Orsic. It depends on how the second half of the season goes. I think, Southampton. Don't know why this is a thing now, but I think Ward-Prowse will end up at West Ham. I think it seems to be guaranteed that he will be.
They love a corner.
Exactly.
They love a corner.
Mate, remember Dimitri Payet on free kicks?
Oh, that man.
West Ham fans went mental for him.
I remember that free kick.
They will love James Ward-Prowse.
Again, I don't know why I remember that free kick.
And he's British. Yeah. Fits perfectly.
He's basically Declan Rice, but he's got a bit
rather than
being
defensive. Attacking. He can't defend at all, really.
He is rubbish.
He can tackle.
How he gets the England team's a joke.
Well, because he can take a free kick. That's
we don't need that. We've got trips.
What he does. But should we call it to there?
Yeah,
because I think we
are. No, to be honest.
Well, definitely. I think we're almost at an hour now. So we should go sleep at some point.
Yeah.
But
if we could sit here for 3 hours just to watch.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that the Southampton pod, which we had so much more on the board to talk about, was only half an hour, and this Chelsea pod where we've literally gone, we'll talk about the manager, players.
Well, obviously, as fans, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I think as much as
something a lot more raw
talk about
because we care about it. Southampton, not saying anything bad about Southampton, don't really care if you go down.
Well, after that bombshell, sorry to all the Saints fans out there, please don't unsubscribe after that. Yeah, this has been episode 94 of the Football Chat podcast, fast approaching 100 now.
Probably about Leeds, because they're not doing great.
I don't think it will be, but okay. I was planning on doing a Burnley podcast soon, but I don't know why we're discussing this now. That's all from us today. If you have enjoyed, get involved in the comments down below. Leave a like as well if you're on YouTube. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're new around here. It helps us out massively. And of course, if you listen on Spotify, do all the good things there, and head on over to the YouTube as well if you want to get involved in the community here. And join us for live streams. We've got some. We live stream a lot.
Good. We do say
we've got double up coming up this weekend as well. So don't forget that we've got Manchester United versus Manchester City at 12:30 on Saturday morning. You won't join us for that one?
I won't be actually. Yeah.
No, that'll just be.
Sure, it'll be a great game.
Hopefully, I'll find a guest between now and Saturday, and then on Sunday it's the North London derby.
Yes.
Well, you will be here.
I will be here.
We might have a guest. Let's see what happens.
I'm glad I'm not watching the City. Actually, I hate watching the City. No,
but yes, that is all from us today. Thank you all very much for watching.